Sound check. 1, 2. Sound check. Shalom, Israel. With ISUPK started off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna, where we teach Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Started off 1969 that we are the greatest people that ever walked the earth, that we are the original 12 tribes of Israel from the Most High given to us. He's given to us and made us the people. Um, you find that in Deuteronomy. And we're letting you know that we're checking in. This is the ISUPK from South Carolina, teaching Lashawan Qadash class. We're gonna where we teach Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, Assyrian. Hebrew is written from right to left, has 22 characters, and 22 characters in the Assyrian also, but only 5 extra characters. The ancient Hebrew has no ending characters, of course. That's um, they have Hebrew connectors, and of course, let's see what else we got. We're glad that you guys can join us tonight and get yourself settled down, settle in. We're going to teach a little bit about the Assyrian Hebrew. I know a lot of people have a hard problem reading Assyrian Hebrew. Even some of our troopers sometimes from the different letters. And we're going to show you how they're formed. We're going to get you involved in the transliteration of some of these letters, some of these words. So, I know you guys are checking out the class. So we say Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Thumb to all of my brothers. And Yahweh Shema Thun by Hashem, Yahweh Shai to my sisters. That's a salute for the sisters, of course. Assyrian Hebrew when we were in captivity. You know, from the greatest people ever to walk the earth, we were always in captivity, man. And then when the kingdom was split up in the northern and southern kingdom, of course, we were in captivity. We were in captivity a lot of time. Hell, we're in captivity right now. But I think it was Assyria, Sennacherib, and um, his people caught us in Assyria, of course, like in that Assyria, Persia type area where we were caught in, Media and then the Daniel's days. Also, when we had to learn um, to learn to take the characters of the Assyrian, they asserted and gave us the um, the same sounds, but they gave us different characters. And that's what we're going to study tonight. The Syrian language, a little bit closer view, the Syrian language, a little bit closer view of how it looks and how it sounds. It sounds the same as the ancient Hebrew. Abba Gada Hawazaka Tayakala Manasa I Pataza Kwarashata. And it's the same thing in the Syrian Hebrew. The sounds are the same. But if you see on the board and you see on your Hebrew chart, and that's what we're going to explore tonight, those characters are totally different. And they have no connectors, so it's very hard to learn. Um, that's the hardest part because it doesn't tell you. But who we have in class? We have Michael Love, have Shar, Officer Shar, we have Dennis, we have Raquel, who else?
We have
Hawaba, we have Izara, and Rawath. Okay, we have other people still checking in, so let's clap it up for everybody that checked the class, man. That's what we want to understand. Of course, what you want to do is sit down. This is a time to relax yourself, man. Enjoy yourself. Some you're feeding your children, Some people are drinking your wine, or that word is yayan in the Hebrew, and of course you're drinking the mayam in the Hebrew also, which means water. Mm. See my Hebrew cup right there. See, dynamite, fire. Who else we got in that chat?
It's everyone. Everyone.
Okay, all right. Let's start off here. What we're gonna do, of course, Hebrew is always read from right to left. It don't matter if you're in the Assyrian Hebrew or the ancient Hebrew. Think about Assyrian Hebrew, though. Those characters, when the kings, when they had us in captivity, they wanted to understand our language to us, so they assigned their characters to our words. It's really simple as that. That's how that came about. As a matter of fact, but you got to understand that who they had in captivity uh, was the greatest people that ever walked earth. That's blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. They had us in captivity. Okay, so let's turn to let's go to Deuteronomy 7:6 so we can get the grasp of first of all who we are. A lot of people we're walking out there, and some people walking like they don't even understand who we are. And we are out at camp teaching, first of all, who we are, and then we're teaching who the other nations are, so you get a good idea and a good understanding. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6 so you'll know who we are first. That's the first thing I want to do before I go and talk about this conquest and how we were in captivity. Is that okay? Give me Deuteronomy. The That's a text I like to go to. Deuteronomy 7:6. Okay, let's read it. We're going to read about Deuteronomy 7:1 first. So just listen up, and then we're going to get into class here. Okay, when the Lord, when the Yahweh thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. But not when the Lord got his hands. All we got to do is obey the Lord's commandments. That's all it is. And a lot of times when you see us go against the Most High's commandments, that's when we get the worst captivity we can find. I mean, that the Most High can find for us. It's a spanking to put you back on what? Path, right? So, and here is verse 2. And when the Lord thy God, or Yahweh thy God, shall deliver thee before thee, thou shalt smite them. See, when the Lord's doing the delivering, you know what I'm saying? Thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant. What's a covenant? A covenant is a promise. Don't make any promises or say, yeah, man, we'll keep y'all laws. No, the Most High say, make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Show no mercy unto them, because then you'll feel sorry for them. You'll start doing their covenants. You'll start doing whatever they want you to do. Don't show no sympathy. This is what this is saying. Neither shalt thou make marriages. Don't marry them. You can't go around marrying Chinese people. You can't go around marrying Edomites. Y'all know who that is. Yeah, you can't go around marrying um, oh, Japanese people, which is I'm Ammon's children, right? So neither shalt thou make, verse 3, Deuteronomy 7:3, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son. Don't give your daughter to his son, man. You giving up your seed when you do that. That makes sense. Okay, and then it says, thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shall take unto thy son. Don't take his daughter, because it's going to turn you away. Her and them children going to turn you away from loving Yahweh, right? So that's the whole point. For verse 4, for they will turn, it says right here, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. We don't want that. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you. You don't want the Lord anger kindled against you, man. We want, our job is to get and start obeying these commandments. That's the whole point, okay? Law, statutes, and commandments against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars. This is how you're supposed to deal with a heathenistic nation or any other nation except for the children of Israel. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars and break down their images. That Caesar Borgia up there, the white god, the Edomite, break down that image. That's the point. It's the first thing you see. I know when we were back in the 60s, man, we had see everybody had a Caesar Borgia above their refrigerator, above the stove. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all seeing some of these movies, you go to some of these churches long time ago, man. Everybody had a picture of the Caesar Borgia. That's that image that they put in your mind for you to think that Christ was white, and he's not. But y'all understand what I'm saying. Christ is a black man, right? But thus shalt ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars, break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. Burn them with fire. That means once they're gone out, you can't rebuild them. You know, you can't reshape them. They burnt fire. That's like an exterminator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And then it says, Bible says this is the part I love. For thou art an holy people. Most High says holy. What does holy mean? It means Qadash. The word for holy is Qadash. It means holy. That means set apart from any other nation, any other people. That's why we preface the class by saying, you know, that we are the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, we don't join and affiliate ourselves with anybody else, right? For thou art a holy people unto the Most High, thy God, Yahweh. The Most High, thy God, have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. We're chosen to be a special people above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That's good enough for that, right? That's what you have to understand. He's chosen us. So the Most High didn't just put that there simply because he wants to start writing and you not to follow. He wants you to understand and follow that. That's the whole point. So let's get an understanding about that. Let's go. Let's turn to what was that scripture I said? Oh, here I find it here. I got it. I want to turn to when we were in captivity. What happened was our 10 tribes got went to anyway. Our 10 tribes got carted away. The northern kingdom said the second king 18:11, and the king of Assyria did carry away Israel, because you had Israel and Judah. Judah was the when the Israel was split into two, northern kingdom and a southern kingdom. See, that's how bad off we was, man. And the king, and the king Assyria, verse 2 Kings 18:11, and the king of Assyria, that would be, I think it was Sennacherib, right? And the king of Assyria did carry away Israel um, unto Assyria. That's where we get the Assyrian characters from. That's what that character looked like. And put them into Halah and Habar by the river of Gozan in the cities of the Medes. The Medes, of course, that's Persia. So in that area, Sennacherib, that's where all this Assyrians and all this, that's where they came from. That's what you see. The Mahmud Ahmadinejad, the people look sort of like that or whatever, man. People, that's how we were captured, you know. Um, give you a little bit of, I think it's Wikipedia says, captive in Assyria, the 10 tribes. The Assyrian capture of the northern kingdom of Israel, roughly 722, 720 BC, was a brutal conquest resulting in deportation of the 10 tribes to Assyria, effectively making them the 10 lost tribes. Okay. That's pretty much a little small preface is what it is. And that's where you'll find in Second Kings, the 18th chapter, how we were carried away. So let's get a little bit into the what the Assyrian characters look like, so we'll understand a little bit. All right. Um, the Hebrew, what you got to understand is this. When you see, okay, we're gonna have like most of your Assyrian characters. Let's start off this way. Um, Before I get into that, let me get into let me write this down right here real quick. I want you guys to transliterate this right here. Okay. Uh, well, okay. Uh, Here. Transliterate that word right there. That's the first word. Now it's going to be all in Assyrian, so you're not going to find any connectors, Hebrew connectors up in here. All right. So let's do this. So transliterate that word here and put it down in the chat. Y'all know how we roll. We do a little transliteration here. That's the first word I want you to transliterate, okay? And I'm going to go and show you how Hebrew words are formed in the Assyrian. The first thing, Salakia, the first thing you want to start off with in Assyrian is something that looks like this. These. Say like if you wanted to write a ba, it would look like this. Okay? But if you notice the top half of it, it all looks the same. Okay, that's the ba. And of course, if you wanted to say, let's write a, let's give it some space in there because you can't write too much there. Let's say if let's say if we want to write a uh, a tha. We're gonna start off the same way. Okay, but this time we're gonna come down like this, like that. But if you notice at the top, they all are the same. They all start off the same. That top part of that letter looks the same. And then when you turn down to the bottom, of course, I got to make this a little straighter here. There we go. And you know, I'm just giving you characters right here after you guys transliterate that one, okay? If you notice that the top part of that letter and the top part of this letter looks exactly alike. The side of the letter looks exactly alike. So there's some similarities. And when you start off by doing something like this, you start off by doing this, like this, like that. I'm just kind of giving you guys an idea, like that. Yeah. Okay, now from here, that could be, if I stop right there, if I stop right there, that would be an R. Okay. But if I add a line on the bottom like this, it becomes a B or a ba. That's a ra. Now it's a ba. I can start off with the same line, go down, and put another line over here to the side, a little golf club, now it's a tha. Most of your letters in Assyria, the majority of them, I mean, it's all over the place. It's unmistakable. It's like if I go over here and do this one right here, if I do the same thing like that, y'all get the idea? That same line, same thing. But if I come over here and put a straight line down, now I have a ka. Now that's the same, out of the same character, out of the same stick-looking figure there. Here's one. I got a tha, the same stick-looking character. I got a ba, the same stick-looking character. Now I got a ha. And I can go on further, and we are going to go on further. But we got this word transliterated yet? Anybody?
No, sir.
Huh?
No.
Okay. I'll put the little dot right here saying that's that red dot, that letter there. I'm sorry. This, well, anyway, if you don't have it, that's fine. But we want everybody to transliterate. This is Assyrian. Transliterate this word right here. Okay? We'll wait on you guys. That's the word. In other words, this one with the little arrow by it, that arrow. Transliterate that word right there. As I explained to you further. But starting off with this little part of this little character right there, it develops one. You can do a tha from here. Anybody? Okay, this is a tha. That's a ba. And now this is a ha. And it all came out of, are we good? Okay, it all came out of that little character right there. That part of the character. And that character right there just happened to be a ra. You see, by itself, it stands along with a ra. But look how many developments of it that you have. Of course, we're dealing with the development of how Assyrian Hebrew looks, how they look. The reason why you should get to know that is once you begin to see once you begin to see how they look and break it down there, you begin to see how all of the similarities come together. They come together. So anybody transliterate that yet?
No, sir.
Okay, got you. All right, now if I want to make another one, I would say something like this. I would do the same thing. I would come over here and I would do the same breakdown, just like that. Okay. Now I will come over here and go like that. Now that becomes a what? That becomes a ka. That becomes a ka. And all I did.
We have an answer.
What we have?
Azra, she's asking, is it Barak?
Barak. Spell it.
Barak.
That's what you asked? Anybody else agree with that? Okay. But it is. Let's clap it up for it, right? Barak. What does Barak mean? Give me the answer. And all we did, this is Assyrian, of course. And Assyrian is hard to understand because There are no Hebrew connectors there. Write in the chat what Barak means. Okay, so therefore, so far we've learned that you can take one little stick character, part of the character, which just happened to be that's a ra, is what it looks like. And out of that ra, you can make 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can make more. There are more of them. I mean, that's just how it's made. And some of them are shorter, like you can do this word right here. That character, I'm sorry, like this.
Glove has an answer for you.
What's the answer for this?
He says Barak. Barak.
That's right.
Bless.
Okay. Bless. That's right. Let's clap it up for everybody right there. Exact damn right. Michael Love, Isaiah, and the rest. Okay. 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 There we go. Okay. So let's get back to what we were doing right here. That right there, just by doing this little part of it, now that's a small. All it is I did this piece right here. I'm going to give you another word, transliteration word right here, but I want you guys to pay attention to this. That little ra, that's a ra, turns into, you can make this a ka with one stick here character. You can make that same ra, you can turn that into a ha, a ba, same character right here. That's a ra. You can turn, that is right there as a ra. Okay. And that goes, so you guys can understand. That's that character right there. That's this. Abagadaha wa zakatayakala manasa aipatazo ra. With that ra, look how many I've done. There's plenty more here. I'm just picking another one. Let's find something like this. A wa. Okay. I took the same little small version of the top part of the ra and put one stick down there and made what? I made a wa. That makes sense? Okay. And of course, if I wanted to take this and just leave it by itself, we would have a ya. That makes sense.
That makes sense. I don't know.
You see? Of course, you put a little hook on it, maybe, just like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they're all looking like that. They have a straight line curled down or a little straight line up to the top. And then you can stop here. You can go here, wa, or you can go many more. So let's give another transliteration word here for you. Let's do another word here. Okay. Let's do another word right here. Okay. Where are we at? Okay. Transliterate that word. Okay. So if you guys got the point here, let's move on to some more words here. Let's just erase this part of it. Okay. That makes sense so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's do this one. let's do the same thing. Only we'll do this much of it. Go back there and add a little stem. You see what I'm doing here? Let's go and make, let's see, what else can we make out of this? Yeah, we can do this. We can take this same part over here and bring it in like this. Add a bottom to this right here. Curl it over and do that. See? Now I'm making other, just out of the same concept and the same idea. The same concept and the same idea. That's all I'm doing. And I pretty much almost made all of the Hebrew characters. Just about. I mean, let's go look at this one right here. Let's see. If I did this one, let's see. If I can grab one here. Here's one right here. Let's do this one. This one right here. And just make it a little longer. There's a Hebrew character right there. That's all I did. I'm still doing everything with the involvement of this right here. I just made 1, 2, 3 Hebrew characters right there. Just that quick. Okay. Now, of course, we're asking you guys to transliterate this word right here. That is a da. This is a pa. Can they see that? Yeah. And this is a pa also. But that pa also is a, let's see. It's an ending character right there. And so far, we made everything based off of this little ra part of it. You see? That makes sense?
Okay.
Huh? Okay, then I can come over here. I can come over here and take this. Yeah, I can take this same little, I'm gonna erase this one right here. I can take this same little top figure over here, like up here. I'm gonna go like this. Like that. Okay. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to go down here with a straight line. Well, I tell you what, I need another, there. There we go. Straight line. Sorry about that. Straight line there. And go across like that. I've made another character just like that. With these top characters here, I made a character called a na. Still all we've ever done, this ra here, stem here, down, and over like that, pa. Here, there's another pa. Of course, that's the ending character. It's all based off of this and that. All I have used is two parts of the symbol, that one and that one. That's it. You see so far?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. And of course, this is all that is the ra. Anybody come up with this transliteration yet?
No, sir.
Okay. This is a ra. Oh, excuse me. So I'm showing you how these fall into place. And here's, we got one more, that's a na. I'm going to show you another one. There's another figure over here that makes a lot of the rest of them, most of them. There's some that sort of off, they're eccentric. They're not concentric on each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put it down like right here.
Michael Love has an answer.
You got an answer? Okay. I'm gonna put like when you go like a little short like that. Okay. And you go like this. Okay. You can use this right here to make a few more characters. Okay. Well, Michael Love, what you got right here for this word?
Yes, K-A-N.
K-A-N. Anybody else agree with that?
No, so he has K-A-N.
K-A-N. Right here.
That's all he has. K-A-N.
K-A-N. Oh, okay. Right here.
Okay.
Oh, he thinks this is an A. Michael Love, look at that again, okay? Maybe I'll do this in black so you can see a little better. There you go. The ka part is right. But check this character and that character out. You might have been missing them. Check that out, Michael Love. And everybody else getting involved. Who's that? Raquel, Izara, Dennis, Hawaba. What you got?
Izara has an answer.
What you got?
She's asking if there's an answer.
Go ahead.
K-A-H-A.
Well, what about this right here? We all forgot about that right there. We all forgot about that right there. What's going on there? Well, yeah, can they not see that later? Let me make it darker.
She's asking, is it WA? W-A.
Okay, wah is straight up and down. This has got a hook. This got a. I mean, you can. The chart sends it straight up and down, but it makes it longer. So I kind of twist it a little bit so you can understand the difference between a wah and a what? What is that?
No.
What'd you say?
No.
No. Right. Y'all see that now? Like right here. There's a wah. That's right there. We get that from this little bird looking figure right here. Okay. All right. And then we got what I say? What did I just say? Wah wah, and then we got a na. And I make it kind of twisted a little bit right there so you guys can get the point. It's hard to do. I mean, if I really want to do it right, I'm trying to do it like this. It'll be like this. Okay. Like that's the same little curl right there, piece of line, and then straight down. But that will confuse you. Then it would look like a wah. It would then. So in Assyrian, I have to make it like that so you can see the difference. Y'all see the difference what I'm talking about? That's important for y'all to understand that now, because that wah and this na are two different ones, okay? It's just different. But like right here, that wah, I mean this na here and this wah right there, they're different. But I had to kind of what is that, clockwise the bottom a little bit. I had to do this. It's all based off of this wah here, but it's not a wah. The wah is straight up and down. It's got just a little peg. You're right. That's why I did it that way. But if I was to straighten it up and do it like this, like make a top to it like this, like that, and then go straight down, that would be a wah. Boy, I tell you. But the wah in that is one of the hardest things to understand, that wah and that na. So that's why in class right here, you get used to looking at this. That na has a longer stem and the wah basically has a shorter stem. But the top sort of looks the same. Okay, and that's what you see, this little top right here. That's wah. Okay, here's a knot, and then this knot right here is Okay, this is the ending character, of course. This one's not. That makes sense? Y'all make sense? Y'all talk to me over there, man.
Azura said concert.
You understand, Azra?
She said concert.
Michael, love. Got to get you a Hebrew name, man. Out there. California, IA. Know you out there. Do you understand me? But I had to twist. I've been doing this for, I don't know, about 6 years like this. 5 years, I can't remember. Twisting it a little bit so you'll understand Kahan. Okay. Ka, ha, and then na. It looks like it's a wa, but it's not. The wa would be the little piece at top straight down. When you're going to look on the Hebrew chart, you're going to see the little piece up top that's going to have a little bend in it. Then it's going to go straight down. So I just mess around and just give it a hook. So you can call one of those words we stuck up here in the captivity language place, this capital, the English, right? It looks more like a so you can differentiate. Y'all understand that? Differentiate, okay? So what does kahan mean? Because the word is really kahan, 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 or hakahan, the kahan. Ha is, of course, is a preposition. Hakahan, then ha, hakanaha. It's like, anybody know what this word is? What does that mean? Talk to me. Anybody? If you don't, I'll give it to you. We're just giving you a chance to come up with that answer there. Well, kahan means priest. That's what it means. Or priesthood. Kahan. Okay? Okay? Let me give you another Hebrew word to transliterate. And I know, that's the only reason why I'm doing the Assyrian. Assyrian is not an easy language to transliterate on the board, man. It just ain't as simple as that, okay? All right, here, check this one out. Now, that's sort of what it looks like a little better. It looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit more. Okay, anyway, check that out. Transliterate that word right there, okay? Now let's move to here. We have a da. All you needed was the same ra with a little stick out of here. That's it. That makes it a da. A little shorter like that, okay? With that little stem, that's what gives it. You understand? It sort of joins in like this. Like that. Okay? The pa, of course, I made it a little bit more stouter, but when you see something like that, that's a pa. Little C with little, I don't know what that bird right there. And the ending character of the pa is the same thing, only instead of you curling it up, you go straight down with that same raw look, make it longer, and put that same bird looking look, and now you have a pa ending character. That makes sense? Okay. All right. we have a we have a we have something here. Okay, um, we have a word here. Let me erase this one real quick here. We know that not. Okay, we have this, and then we have um let's see. Okay, we have the same thing when we go here, that same little look right there, and it goes straight down. Then we come back up and give that same little look right there. But the tops of them, this top, that top, are all the same. Here's another one. Let's see if I can find another word here. Another symbol, character, I'm sorry. Lock it. Okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Oh, okay. Here's and then this would be the same character. You get over here and do the same thing up here, and you have what you call a za. That's a za. And this is the ending character taza at the bottom here. That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. Um, that's taza here, but it all starts with the tops. Look at the tops. They all look alike. If you notice, like that wa here, I kept it on the board. The ya here, the tops pretty much look the same. Okay, then you can take that same, you can take the same top over here. I can take the same top and do that same idea, like that, like a little, I don't know. And then go down like this with that same look. Then I can go straight across and then come up and hook it down. That would be a what? A ta. See? But look what you see here, though. What do you see here? There and there, don't you? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna draw it in a different color so you can see it right here, right there. Yeah, right there. Y'all see that? This and that are the exact same thing on this side. Okay? So when you see a za and the ta, I'm just telling you and showing you how Assyrian words are made, characters are made. I'm sorry. So you can have. So far, I've only written about, I don't know, one, one, two, three. That's it. And I've made a bunch of characters out of this one, like that. That little stem right there on the top, like that. And this little top right here. You see how many characters I made just like that? I just added other things, of course, but that's the basis. That's the point I'm trying to make. With okay. And right here, we'll erase that top and watch this. I can do the same thing, but I'm going to make it like a little shorter. The same thing right here. That same thing. The same. But this time I'm going to go across the bottom at there, and then I'm going to curl it right here like that. Now, what's that? Well, a little bit too big right there. Okay, there we go. See that right there?
Mm-hmm.
I did all that. That's an ending character, ma. See that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Now that same Ra, there it is right there. See it right there? See that Ra right there?
Okay.
That Ra. There's the Ra again. There's the Ra again. Y'all understand? I mean, I've made a many of them.
Okay.
Characters. I've done the Pa, the Da, the Ma. I can't even erase. I've erased a few of them. Right? The Ha, the Ka. Because they all look alike. They all look alike once you understand what you're looking for. Y'all understand? And then, of course, the Za, that's what it looks like. There's that same Za right there in the red, only just add a straight line and a little hook. Of course, I got the same Ra right here. As a matter of fact, let's put it in red so you can see it better. y'all know what I'm saying? So if I came here and did this at the bottom right there, see it better now? There is the Ra right there, the same Ra, only green over here. Same Ra, only a little green right there. And only red right here for the Ma. But the whole idea is that right there. All I've drawn is but 3 characters. All I've drawn is 3 different parts of the character to get damn near all of them. And if you explore this and look at the Hebrew chart and go to you'll see it yourself. Yes. Anybody come up with this word yet? Of course, if you're writing down in your notes, I can understand why it's taking a little bit more time to transliterate this here. I got it. Of course, we're using Assyrian. And Assyrian, I told you I was going to dedicate a class in Assyrian. I mixed them up, but this is totally Assyrian. Ancient Hebrew, that's the best. But I got to show you when we're in captivity, Sennacherib assigned these characters to Bagada Taya Kalamanasa Abataza Warshata. He assigned those. And we're in captivity. That's what Hezekiah was faced with. You see? Under Sennacherib, that when we were in captivity. That makes sense to me. Go ahead.
Azura is asking
if
it's KATHAN.
Okay. And I can see why she said K. But that's not a K. That's not a K. That's not. This is a Ka. This is what she thinks. This is a K. You follow me? That's what you think. But it's not KA. That's a K. That's a Ka right there. Y'all see me? See? Okay, here. Do I need to put that in red so they can see that a little better? Okay. I'll do that one over again, Azara.
Michael is asking too if it's.
He has an answer. That's a Ka. Not that. That's not a Ka. Go ahead. What you got?
Michael is asking, is it NATHAN?
That's right. That's what it is. It's this word right here. Nathan. Now you say, where in the hell did I get this from? Right here. That's the na. But you look 1, 2, 4 letters over, you'll see a ka here. They are two different. Okay. Let me see if I got room over here. I'll make room. Yeah, matter of fact, let me erase this up here. Yeah, y'all know this is Assyrian Hebrew. That all y'all did was tell me what we're having problems with right there. Okay. Now, this is a ka right here. That's a ka. Okay. That's this word right here. I mean, that's that character. But the na looks like this. Straight line, straight up, hook up to the top. Like that. That's what I had. Am I right or wrong? Huh? That's a na. Right here. That's a ka. Okay? Now, the difference is one's more round and one's more straight. When you see straight, now and of course, if I took off this stem right here, I tell you what, y'all see this na here out there? Y'all see this na? If I take this stem off, what would I have at the bottom? What would I have? Talk to me. If I took that stem off the bottom, y'all look at that and tell me what do I got now in red right there. What is that? Tell me what this is before we explain to you what Nathan means. Well, I got this right here. What is that right now as it stands right now? What Hebrew character is that right there? It can't be a ka.
Michael Love has an answer.
What you got, Michael Love?
He says wa.
It's a wa. There it is. It's right here. Is that wa, right? That's the wa right there. So one little stem, that's this one right here. At the bottom, one little stem calls it to be a na. Like this. And it's right next to you right there. That's that why I haven't moved it from the board, have I?
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that little stem, I mean, I didn't make it exactly perfect right there. Y'all got to understand when you're doing handwritten. Of course, I don't have it handwritten. When I'm doing Assyrian, there's no other. Okay, how can I explain it? Like, get used to what things look like, and then you'll be able to pick it off just like that. Just like that, right? Mm-hmm. So let's clap it up for class, first of all. Very good. That's good, Mike. You're right. That's good, Isra. But that's what it is. That wa, I can build off this wa here. Put a little stem on it, and I got a na. But that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get you so used to looking at the different characters to see how similar they really are. Especially this thing right here. This little ra here, that carries you along. Well, look at that. And how many? But that's about 5 or 6, 7. There's about, I don't know, 8, 9 of them. It's a lot. I made this ma too, ending character ma, same thing. See that right there? Mm-hmm. So, and then I got a za, same thing. Like a gavel that's been hit so much, like 400 years of slavery. Bam. Right here, and then right there. Okay. So what does okay? Let's see. What does Nathan mean? So when we say the Lord's Prayer, Abanawa Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash Haya Shem Ka, Yahweh Malachu Ka Ba'a, Ratazaya Haya Ba Ratazah Ka, Hawa Ba Shemayim. Nathan Nathan. Nathan. That means give us. So Nathan means to give. Okay? That makes sense?
Makes sense.
It means to give. That's what it means. Nathan. Okay? But of course, there go the you have the same na. I kind of made it look a little exaggerant there because you got to be able to see that there's nothing else that looks like that. Damn sure don't look like no car. You don't. Nah. You got to get used to that nah. What is it made out of? It looks just like this wah. So when you see a wah, straight line to bottom, you won't forget that lesson. And once you make mistakes, you won't forget them. Nah. Nothing. All right? Let's move on to the next one. Real quick transliteration here. While I'm showing you some things, let's do another transliteration here. Let's go. Okay. Here's one that I like to put on the board. Here. Okay. Here. Okay. All right. There. Transliterate that word right there. It's in Hebrew now. I mean, it's in Assyrian now. Okay. Let's while we do that, we'll go over here and put some more characters so you'll understand that you can build all these characters from basically one or two letters, one or two symbols. I'm sorry. That makes sense?
Okay.
Uh, and then we go over here and we put up, yeah. No damn sure look alike, don't they? Yeah, but you see, I'm trying to show you the similarities in these so you'll understand because I've been doing them in a way that I've broken down the similarities, and that's where it makes it easy for me to understand. Uh, I can make mistakes, but that ain't the point. The point is what? That it makes it easier for me to understand. Very easier. It's much easier. Okay. So what we're doing now, we're breaking down this. Um, we're breaking down this word here. I want you guys to give me a transliteration of this word here while we're working on, like I said, the similarities here. So if you see them, you write them down, you'll be able to break this down and study it, and you'll begin to see, what's going on here? Like right here, that's a taza or taza. It's like it. What's this? You see? Y'all got the point, right? But I'll leave these up here so y'all can see that all these come from Ra. And so on and so forth. There are many. I had the Pa, all these Ra, Tha, man, Da. Yeah, well, not so much Da yet. There's a bunch of them, man. And then And then you can get something like this. You can get a ka, or a qua, people like this. Uh, same sort of stem, only it's got a little curly Q in there. Okay, and then that L, it looks just the same way. Across, same curly Q. Look at that. See that right there? See the same curly Q right here?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. Only got a straight line right there.
Okay.
They look just alike. Only one's a la and one's a qua. Just like that. Yeah, like that. These two look alike because they have something in common there. They have that little squiggly. They have got the same top, but that little squiggly in there look like a road that's gone bad.
You have some answers online.
What you got?
Okay. Azra has HALAK.
HALAK. Anybody else?
Michael Love has HALAK.
Okay. Do you have that also?
Yes.
Okay. Halak. That's right. Ha. And see, you're beginning to differentiate what these letters are. You begin to understand when you go to the chart, you go straight here. Ha. Then you go la. What else is that? La. And then you go ending character ka. So halak, what does halak mean? I believe it means to walk. Okay. That's what it means. You see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Halak. Okay. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's clap it up for him, man. Clap it up for class. Everybody's participating. I appreciate that. Now, what we got right here? We got a tazah right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a tazah. What's this? I'm asking the class.
Mm-hmm.
If I got tazah here, well, what's this? Is that another tazah snuck in there? Tell me what that is. What is that? Talk to me. Anybody? We got three that look alike, right? Breaking down the Assyrian language, Hebrew. When we were in captivity, that's what we were left with. Sennacherib gave us the Hebrew characters, I guess, so that he can understand our language and we can understand what the hell he's talking about, I guess. However that's said, over there. But the original language, of course, came from the ancient Hebrew right here. But in the cuneiform tablets, where they had a little chicken scratch, and of course, even the fake Jews, when I say the Jewish, I know thy works. The Most High know how hard I'm working right now. He know our works. And he says, thou art rich, because one of these days, I'm going to inherit the kingdom. But he knows those fake Jews over there right now is not part of this language here. They don't even have a clue. So therefore, they got to go put dots and vowel stems. 3 dots, 2 dots, 3 dots, sell them less like hog pieces. But if you want to do these in the understanding, these sounds here match these sounds here. So this says Abba, like that's a ka, that's a la, that's a ma, that's a na, that's a sa, that's a I, pa, taza, kwa, ra, and a sha, and a tha. Okay? But they look nothing like these up here. I mean, absolutely nothing like them. We the first and foremost, we carried the original language, just like here. Our language missed some, but their language was, they had to see what their language sounded like and had to look like their language so that they can have an idea. It's like if you was transliterating. When I tell you to transliterate something, there you just done it in the language that we both understand. Halak. Damn sure if you didn't understand any of that, you wouldn't be able to do this. You wouldn't know what that was. And that's what Sennacherib did right here. To match, he gave us this, he left us with our sounds, but he damn sure put his his symbols, I guess, his characters on our sounds. That's why it said, he talked out loud while we were in a rock and a hard place. We were sitting on the wall, as a matter of fact. We'll get into that one of these days. And then when we're in captivity, sound now I can read in that language right there. And a lot of our language sound a lot like Aramaic. Okay, Christ spoke that Aramaic. We'll get into that one of these days, as soon as I talk to one of the men above me. Okay, not right now. But halak means to walk. What is this character right here?
Okay, Azra has an answer.
What she got?
And Michael.
What they got?
Azra has I.
It's an I, right? So it's an I.
And so does Michael.
Right, that's what it is. Clap it up. Clap it up, right? Damn right. But look how they look, man. They look just alike, right? So when we go over here and we look at the la and the qua, you see how they look right there? They look a lot alike, don't they? As a matter of fact, so much so, I'm gonna do something real quick here, don't y'all? Look at this. If I were to take and put a line straight down just like that. This is la. Let me put it over to the side. If I put a straight line down here just like that, look at that. Y'all see this right here? Say Khan, yes, I see that. Look at that. Look how they look. You see that? That's a qua and that's a la. Look how much similar. But that's now I just turned that into a what? Pretty much what? A qua. If y'all see that, put say Khan, sir, say something. Tell me. Let me know. That's that character right here. I put a red line here and made this the same as that character right there. What'd they say? What say ye?
Azra says, Concert, I see it, and Michael Love says, Concert, I
You
see it.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What about the rest of the class, right? Qua and Dennis, Char. But y'all see this right here? I'm just trying to show you how you can differentiate in the Assyrian language, which is not easy. When we're in captivity, we have to learn how to differentiate this language right now and dissect it. But of course, we'll take the line out of there. Now it's a law. But you see that when you begin to train your eye to see these differentiations, and you say to yourself, "Damn, I didn't realize so much was in there," right? Mm-hmm. All right, let's see where we at here. Before we end class here, we got not much more to go here, and then let's see. Okay, here's one. Check this one out. Woo. All right. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do? Here. All right, let's go with that one. Of course, the last word was halak. That's what the last one. Transliterate this one here and go from there. You know? Mm-hmm. That's how we learning. You okay? Of course, in order to be proficient at any of this, you'd have to study this every day. Okay? At least, a couple of minutes a day. 10 minutes ain't gonna hurt. Piece of paper. That's all you need. Sit down and go through the characters. That's all you got to do. Blindfold yourself. That means put the chart to the side and go to work on it. Okay. All right. And then we have. I think we just about went over all the characters. Did we not? I sure did. I think I did. Is any missing? Let's see. I went over the Ta. I went over all these characters, man. We did. We went over all the characters. The only one we didn't go over is the O. I'm sorry, the O. The I. Slovakia. The Sa. Slovakia. Not the I, but the Sa, Jesus. The Sa. The Sa looks like sort of same way like that. And then you go like that. That's a weird one there. That's hard. Sort of like that. Okay? That's a Sa. That's what that is. That's a Sa. Of course, stand out. It sort of looks like like the eye up here in the ancient, but it sort of stands out by itself. So hey, that's a Sa. But I think we've written all of them, and I've given you just I don't know what 3 or 4 different things, maybe 5. This, that top, those tops, those tazas, and the main one I gave you is the Ra, and it made all of these. And you see the other ones that we had copied, right? Mm-hmm. And then the Wad had that little stem, just that little Ya, just that little stem at top made a lot of different letters. And of course, we did the Za that had that same looking look at the top. And then it made a stem going down. This could almost be a Za if you did like this. We had it on the board, didn't we? Okay, slot. Yeah, we did. Okay. But this goes a long way when you do this little thing right like that. Okay. Wah is that little curl, the same curl and hook right there. Only a small version of it makes a lot of these characters. Smaller character. And then the longer hook, you can make this little Ra look like a candy cane. Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Like a cane that you walk with, Yes. Look what all you're going to get out of it. Because all of these are like that.
Okay.
What we got?
Michael Love has an answer.
Michael Love got an answer. Okay.
He has CHAA MASH.
What is that word? Tell me. Y'all supposed to know this word here, don't you? Mm-hmm. What is that word?
Azra has the same.
She got, okay. Mm-hmm. So what does it mean? This one you should be able to transliterate simply from memory, and that's what we're after here in Lashawan Qadash class. We want to memorize what we're doing here. What we have? We want to memorize what we have. What we learn, we want to memorize. This class was like a total Assyrian character development, differentiation of what differentiation. Differentiate. Slovakia. Differentiate. Okay, of how these characters look so different, but yet the same. And you, once you discover that, you begin to see, you begin to make all of them, and it brings that a lot of window in smaller. Than you say, oh yeah, I know what that is. That's ah, that's ba, that's ga. Okay, and of course I didn't make an ah, which is the first one. It's like it sort of looks like this, really. If you take this bottom here, matter of fact, if you do this right here, look at this. If you take and do this right here, now you got an ah. See?
Mhm.
And um, of course, the bottom. You add the bottom. That's now you made it back to za. But you can make an ah just like that. So you can make all of the characters out of pretty much the same understanding and development of about one, two, I say three, the top, four, maybe five. That's it, really. I said 4 or 5 looks there, and you begin to make all of them. That makes sense? Okay.
Azra has an answer for what that means.
Mm-hmm. What that mean?
She says it means 5.
The number 5.
Kind of.
All right. It means the number 5. Kamash, exactly. Of course, if you put a yam on the end, you have kamash yam. You'll have 50, right?
Okay.
So that's it. Oh, we're gonna give you what the last one here before we finish up here. Um, uh, okay. Let's see here. Uh, okay. What I want to do now. Yeah, I think we've understood all of that. I think I got all in the book, of course, what that is. I believe, right. We went as far, we went through all of the differentiation that I had applied here. Okay, we did. Anybody have any questions out of any of this? Anybody have any questions out of what we've done? So you can understand it. Anybody got any questions out of what we've done? Because, um, well, we'll take that back off there. Yeah. But if you begin to see that if you can make about 5 different looks of this Hebrew characters, you can make all of them. Of course, I didn't start off doing it that way. I just simply memorized all of them. Then I discovered that shit, they all pretty much look alike. They do. I mean, can I erase this now? I'm gonna erase everything off here except for a couple things here. In other words, I'm gonna do the one I started off with was what? Ra, right? Or used as an example, I would say. Okay.
Okay.
The one I started off with was Ra, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I take that same Ra, I can go here. Let me use another pen here. Let me use a red one here. If I would take this and go like this, what is that? That's a ka, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I would take, now I'm using a rod. If I would take, I'm going to reiterate some of the things here. If I would take that and and do this. Now I have a pa ending character, don't I? Of course, a little longer. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, what else? If I would take this and go like this, what do I got now? A tha, right? That makes sense. Y'all with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Or if I would take this right here and leave a space in there and go straight down like that, I'm sorry. Like that, what do I have? Huh? That's right there. That's a ha. Okay. But we still at ra, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're still at ra, okay? Or if I would take that same thing and put maybe a ending, a little stem on it right there, now I have a da. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, or I would take and shorten it a little bit, like here. That's a wa, because that's all this is right here is a small shortening version of that one. That makes sense? Or without the stem, now it's a ya. So on and so forth, right? Or if I take the same thing and put a stem, if I put a line on the bottom, just like that, now what is it? It's a ba. Y'all with me? You see?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a ba. So let's take it back off again. And I'm just making as many as I can like that. Or if I take it and curl it around like this and come across like that and do that, now I have a pa. You with me?
You have two comments.
Go ahead. What's the comment?
Okay, Azura says,
Uh-huh.
sir, Assyrian keeps me on my toes.
Clap it up for it. Right, exactly. Damn right. Assyrian will keep you on your toes. You're right. You got it.
And
It is not. Go ahead.
Slovakia. And Michael Love says, the water, Adawan. This class helped Assyrian look more readable and less like hieroglyphics.
Damn
Slovakia.
right. And that's the whole point. It's the whole point. Exactly right. That's the whole point. And I've done this class a few different ways. This is one of the other ways I've done it. But if you and they're all similar, but I'm trying to show you in every way that we've done it, they all come out to be about the same. That makes sense? I mean, it's like if I take a Z and do this, and I go and I say, that's a Z, okay? That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
But what if I did this? What if I did that same Z, go straight like that, okay? Come up and go down. Now what do I have? A ta. You see? Just like that. Just that quick. Okay? Or if I take, now what I'm doing is reiterating the whole class here, guys, so bear with me here. Or if I go, and here's one people that have a problem with, like as far as understanding, I mean, like this. So, like that. That's a na. Okay? Now, if I were to do the same, if I would take this off, what would I have? A wa. See that right there? Put it back on there. Now it's a na. See? Just like that. Okay? Everything so far was based off this symbol this character right here, the Ra, okay? And so on and so forth. Okay? Of course, you have the Ga, same thing. You can have it just like, okay, let's do the Ga. You can take that Wa up here, right here, and come off it just like this. There's a Ga. Okay? Of course, you have to bend it back, crooked a little bit, and go like that. Now we got a Ga. You see? We don't want that. So let's go right back to the Na. But when you're doing a Ka like this, that's a Ka. Well, more or less. But it does not look like that. Remember, the Ka right here, this Ka right here, is wider. And from the base and down here is smaller for the Na. Just remember that. And of course, the Wa is the same thing as this Na, only without the stem right here. Y'all with me? Here we go. So, we're going to leave it like that, man, because I mess around here and we be confused all night. Let's clap up for class, man. Hope y'all understand that, all right? But just remember, this class, pay your Passover fees, pay your tithes under Command and Journal Yahanna, ISUPK.com. Go online. Your Passover fees is $200 for everyone, I believe, is 17 and up, okay? Make sure the Passover is about, what, 3 weeks out? Three and some change out, right? I mean change. It's getting there. Get on board, man. You gotta have, if you ain't got it done, you better get to it. But just remember, pay your Passover fee, man. Just so all Israel can have a great time down at the in Texas. What's that? April the 4th, right? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, right? Okay, you see, just like that. So understand that that's what we're the ISUPK, so we know when the Passover will occur, and it's going to occur right about then, and it's going to be there whether you like it or not. So understand. Anybody got any questions? If not, we'll do some security announcements, okay? We are the ISUPK, started off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, room for the new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves on the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak. To the brother and sister, there's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and the sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10 means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'asharah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give the treasury department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We're going to say the next one will be where? In the Passover. Okay. So the Passover, the 14th day of the first month, Saturday, April the 12th. Is that right? No, it's the wrong one. Sorry, it's the wrong one. I got the right one. This ain't the right one. Sloppy. The Passover is April the 4th. I'm sorry. April the 4th. Of course, you'll always find this in Exodus 12, 1, 51, Leviticus 2, 23, 4, and 5, 1 Corinthians 5, 7, and 8, and 2 Corinthians 20 and 17. Sorry, I had the wrong date there. Anyway, we'll get back to that next week. Make sure we have the right date. But the right date is March the 4th. I mean, April the 4th. What is wrong with me? April the 4th. April the 4th. Remind Akim and Akwap to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. But if you got any questions, guys, break them down right now before we leave for understanding. But understanding that the Hebrew, when we were in captivity, was given the same sounds but different Hebrew characters. That's what you have to understand. Okay, Amadim. To salute our brothers. Okay, Amadim. Okay, Mam Shabbat. Madim. Barak. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Barak of Thumb. Yamata. Sar. Face the sisters. Mam Shabbat. Amadim. Barak. Yahweh Shema Alathan Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema Alathan Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Yamata. Class dismissed.